Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Watching PSHG here. If you're not from my screen, sorry, got this rolling a little bit, but watch 750. That's okay, it's pulling back. I'm watching 750, and as you're getting a full effect of, these are truly live. I scramble to get the video rolling because I'm liking this setup here. So watching 750 very closely, looking for a scalp here. Market opens up in about 10 minutes. All right, and now it's pulling back. Okay, so what do I mean when I say live? Well, as you just kind of witnessed, this is not a situation where everything has already been recorded and now I'm coming back and doing a voiceover or doing some sort of post commentary. I'm recording everything play out real time. So if you want my raw thoughts, my raw emotions, my raw reactions, that is what you're going to get with this. So if you want a nicely edited, nicely scripted video, this will not be for you. But if you want a nitty gritty, kind of dirty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading works, then this will be a video for you. And once again, back up to, all right, I want to see this pull back though now. See it come down to, I don't know, 715-ish, and then have it come back up. But I don't like the break right now at 750. I mean, I could still see people buying it, but not exactly how I want to see it behave. And just to give up a little context, whoops. Like I said, unscripted, unedited. But anyways, right now I have alerted the 750 upside breakpoint to the community. Now, we're not a bunch of sheep, so people aren't just going to go randomly go and buy it. But, it's a level that I pointed out to them. Oh, I missed it. All right, well, I got 405 on the back test. So let's see if this can get some upwards carry through here. So I got 405 of the 500 I wanted. But now I just want to see if it wants to come out of this little consolidation range right here. See if it wants to push back up to 750. Well, not going to give up on it yet. Still think it's got a chance. Like the setup, but hoping for more of an upside movement there. But now it's pulling back. See if it wants to make another move back to the upside. I'm not going to quite wave the white flag yet on it. Well, 730 being an issue now. If it can get up back into the 740s, I like the chances of it to make a move. But right now, the 730s, there we go. That was fast, but no follow through yet again. Trying to be patient with it, trying to give it a chance. And it did, but once again, just lacked any sort of conviction on that break. And wow, back down it goes. Let's see if it wants to give it another go. So all out there, $125 loss. I'm not going to risk this thing breaking to the downside. It still might go. And if it does, then shame on me. But you saw the whole trade with me, right? You saw it get up there multiple times, just would never get any sort of follow through. And like I said, it still might go, but I'm not going to risk having this thing all of a sudden make a very fast move to the downside and then have, the loss of what I took at around $125 get even bigger. So looking like I will be starting off the morning with a $125 hole, but good news is I feel confident that that's a hole that I can overcome. So I'd rather just control risk here and, live to give myself a chance to get back to the green rather than, kind of hold and hope, and then get stuck in some sort of, bigger move to the downside. But yeah, as of now, I'll be starting the day down 125. And now knocking on the door of 7. And if 7 fails, then like I said, I could see this making a very quick move to the downside. But needless to say, I still feel totally fine about it. And, even if it does come back up, hey, you know what? That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I know I was more than patient enough with it. I know that I was looking for a move within the time frame that I wanted to see the move, and it just didn't happen. So now, the risk just became too much. But wanted to do a quick little update there. Looking like it could very well be getting ready to break down through 7. But let's see. Market opens up now in 4 minutes. All right, what I'm looking at here, FPRX. Flush point on the open. Now, again, because these are live, and I keep reiterating that because a lot of channels out there, everything's already been recorded. And some channels, they don't even tell you that it's been recorded. And then the person sits there and acts like they don't know what's going to happen, which is, I don't know, a little sleaze on my part to not tell people that everything's already been pre-recorded and then you act like everything's live. But anyways, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But my point being, I have no idea if 2190 will even come into play, but that it is an interesting level in my mind with FPRX there. What's going on with this one? Okay, still just hovering right around that level there. But yeah, market now opens up in 2 minutes. I've also now added in FPRX, same stock, but now instead of from the short side, long side with a break of 23 being a very interesting level. So we'll see if 23 can potentially come into play or not. But those are going to be the couple levels that I'll be watching out of the opening gates. All right, 2275 actually looks interesting. And I wouldn't mind buying it right before the open, just because I think this thing's going to have a shot up to the upside out of the opening gates. Whether or not it lasts, that is a much different question. Let's see, market opens up here, and well, right now. So let's see how this one wants to open up here. And yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. There would have been a quick scalp, although that was a very weak break to the upside. While Boeing with a big pullback to the downside. What is that? Boeing 188.15. Get that alerted. NIO, a beating. Again, if you do hear typing, that's just, yeah, I'm making alerts. How'd that one do? Well, there it goes up. Wow. I was going to say there it goes up over 750. If I could type in the right ticker. There we go. So in hindsight, coulda, shoulda, woulda held, but, yeah, I should have really held. But hey, that is why I'm super rich in my hindsight account. All right, let's see what's going on with Boeing here. Yeah, that one's pulling back a little too fast. Baba. Let's see, what is that? 261.50. Now it's bouncing upwards. So I do like Baba here for a potential trade. Oh, wow. Totally missed on Boeing. At least I made the alert. $262, interesting area. I would like to see it get up over 263. And then come down to 262. In fact, I'm going to update that in the chat room. No, go back up though. Shoot. Well, 261.50, I can't take that now. That's way too overextended. Let's see if it wants to bounce up some. It's down at the level. Come on, bounce up a little bit and then break. Come on. I just can't take it right now. I feel like that's way too much of chasing. But if it wants to bounce up some, nope. Barely bounced at all. Well, there's FPRX now. Pulling back more. What is that high? 2150. Could be an interesting break point to the upside. Definitely would just be looking for a scalp. But as of now, that one just continues to pull back. I hit record, right? Okay. Whew. All right, somewhat working its way back upwards. In there at 21.35. I think this thing, there we go. Let's see if it get up, there we go. So out there for a $153 scalp. Want to take that one quick, but perfect. So now I am back into the green at $27. Let's go check out Boeing here. Oh, just to give, I didn't show the alert when I was typing it up, but again, for those of you just wondering how does the chat room work, right there, Boeing 188.15 flush point, and now this thing is down almost, wow, 3 points below where that alert was. So again, like I said, I missed it, but congratulations to any members that took that trade. Well done. DDOG, what's going on with this one here? Oh man, where was I on? Well, definitely can't short it right now. That would be way too much cheating. Be interesting to see it come up though. So would like to see just somewhat of a bounce upwards. You know, get some longs happy, get some longs thinking it's going to bounce, and then have it go against them. But yeah, that's not, for me at least, that's not enough of a bounce. Okay, there we go. There we go. Again, want to see a little bit more green here. But now it's already getting pushed back down. So, I mean, is that all it's going to... We'll see if it can make another move to the upside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. What is that? 82.35. Yeah, bounce up some. Keep going up. Would love to see this get up over 83. In fact, 83.55. See if I can get it to bounce up to me and actually fill me on the short side. That might be wishful thinking, though. I don't know. Never did get back above 83. Would like to see it get up over 83. In fact, I'm going to get this alerted. DDOG. First get over 83. Then a flush point at 82.35. 1 minute. So like I said, step one in this whole sequence is let's see this thing get up over 83. It did go up to 82.93, so maybe that's already enough. Is that close enough? Well, it doesn't matter now at this point because it's already moved down through the point that I was watching. So close, but like I said, never did quite get up over that area. Well, maybe is it going to make a turnaround here? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. All right, like Baba 264 flush point 1 minute. That'll probably change and need an update based on how this thing is currently behaving right now. In fact, 265.50 looks like a potentially interesting area. All right, what I would like to see is a break up above 265.50, and then I would take that short. So, I mean, preferably if this thing could get up to 266 and then come back down, that would be great. But as of right now, it's looking like it's getting rejected there by that 50 period moving average. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, watching BABA right now, and I want to see it first hit 266, and then I'm going to submit the update. So right now I have not submitted the update of 265.50 to the chat room yet. Because again, like I said, I want to see it first hit 266. Can it get up through that level? Come on. All right, it is basically knocked down the door there. So watching 265.50 now as a short entry. All right, well, I no longer like it now, but I do like 265.75. If that can come into play. So again, let's see if 265.75 can come into play here. But right now, this thing is just apparently quite strong. Get that edited to update 265.75. Wow, this thing just keeps on. I might just go up there at 267.50. Wow. Well, I'm waiting for weakness to show up, and weakness just is not showing up. What's going on with FPRX? Oh, yeah, that was a chop fest, chop fest, chop fest. Did finally go, but I'm definitely glad I got it where I did, because that would have been Boeing. Is that someone about to break to the downside here? 185. I don't know. Boeing is just so choppy these days. I mean, I'll trade it. And BABA still just grinding upwards. Wow. All right, well, 267.50. Would like to see a break of that. Oh, wow. 260. Wow, this thing, yeah, jumping all over the place here. 266.50 I could see being a nice little entry point there. $266.75. Let's see this thing get back over 267. Then I like it at 266.75. Come on, get back above 267. I think this thing is getting top heavy here. Got to get over 267 though. Okay, there we go. I like 267.75. If it wants to come into play. But again, maybe this beast move is just going to continue on up. And as of now, it's choosing to continue on up. Well, potentially 267.50 now. There we go. Well, if this thing just goes to one red candle, then that's not giving me any sort of actual setup that I could behave on. I mean, I need to see some sort of sign of weakness, not for it to be green and then red like this. I mean, there's just nothing that you can do there. I mean, you can guess, right? You can randomly throw a dart. But from that point of view, for me and what I was looking to do, there just wasn't any sort of setup that gave me a heads up. So yeah, in hindsight, I should have just shorted. But wow, Tesla made quite the move up, huh? Boeing still just hovering right around that area. Yeah, 185. I'm going to get that alerted. Boeing 185.25 flush point 1 minute. So I do like this more now that it's, and that's why, right? Because I was thinking about maybe shortening it here, and now look what I'd have to be sitting through. This movement right here. But if this movement actually fails back to the downside, then I do like 185.25. But I don't, maybe this is the start of something bigger too. But yeah, at this point, if the price actually now comes back to 185.25, I like the setup a lot more at that point, but not really close as of now. And yeah, Bob was pulling back, but I mean, as you saw, that there was never really any sort of genuine setup there. All right, I'm going to pause. All right, watching for a potential trade here, 187.85 in at 187.90. Let's see if we can get some more push to the downside here. And in typical Boeing fashion, snaps right back up. So let's see what it wants to do. 187.80, definitely that very, very stubborn area right now. See if it wants to pull back. I mean, I love the setup here. Beautiful setup. Is this 188.10? It comes back down to 188.10. I'm going to add, because that would be implying a failed bounce here and a failed breakout. So in at 188.10 for another 500. So up to 1,000 shares here. Let's see if this thing can get back below 188. It's hovering around 188. Can it get the break? There we go. Not much follow through though. Wow. Then I tried to get out and it gave me 25 shares. I cannot stand Boeing. I said it earlier, should have stayed away, and here I am. Truly cannot stand it. Can't even break down 10 cents. Ridiculous. Look at this thing. Just get down through 187.90. All right, 429 left. I'm over it. I don't even care. I'll take the $70. I could care less if this thing ultimately rolls back over. I'm staying away from Boeing. Just such a choppy stock. You would think that, look at this, and now that fast, back up over. So like I said, it very well still may roll over. I don't care though. I mean, that's just a good example of a stock where, I mean, it's one thing for me to say, if a stock's not behaving, if it's not, moving the way you want to see it behave, if it's not moving in the way you believe it would behave, then you know what? Sometimes you just got to say, I'm done with you. And that's what happened here. I thought for sure that, especially when that candle formed right there, beautiful, beautiful setup. That's why I added, and I was looking for this thing to get moving to the downside. Now, when I say moving to the downside, I don't mean for it to crash all the way back down here. That's what I mean. But I mean, even just really, I mean, a back test of that level, I mean, is that being so crazy? I don't think so at all. I mean, that's not asking for much one bit, but you saw those key levels be broken when I'm saying, all right, if that's, and then it would go like 10 cents and then 180, and then I'll look at it. So I am totally glad that I got out. This very well could roll over, but, and you know, I mentioned earlier, I commented on Boeing, how that one's been really choppy lately. And yet I put myself into it and got confirmation that, yeah, it is just totally a goofy stock and one that is profitable. I mean, I'm still walking away with $70, but, you know, just a situation where, and I mean, this is such a good setup. And but I just can't stand the way this thing trades. I mean, if 187.90 fails, it should go. And there it goes. All right. And look at that. Now that fast in the downwards direction. So it did go, but one of those where I still feel totally fine with it, just because, you know, that was just not what I wanted to see. Now, from an educational, from a live trading video on YouTube perspective, hey, that's some great real life day trading there, where you saw everything play out, and it just did not. It was just goofy. And then when I did try to get out at the first time, it only gave me 71 shares out of the 500. So just a pretty goofy day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. It is about 10 o'clock and I'm up $97. So after today's opening loss, I'm actually relatively happy with walking away with $97. I mean, I'm not sure many places in the world where you can make $97 in only 30 minutes from sitting at home. And like I said, this was a situation where I was wrong once, had to take the loss, and then things were just goofy, right? And didn't really play out like I wanted it to on Boeing. But again, that just goes to show the power of having a strategy and a system is even if things don't go perfectly fine, then you can still make money. And that's what happened there. So I sit here and kind of gripe and complain about Boeing, but I probably sound like a greedy, ungrateful, entitled savage when I'm still walking away having made $70 on the trade. But real quick, if you are interested in getting all those alerts that you saw me, played out here and that I made, all you got to do is go to claytrader.com/team. Pricing there, and the way to think about that is it's $99 for 3 months, not per month, but for 3 months, which breaks down to $8.25 per week. So the question just becomes, if I invest the $99, do I believe I can get at least $8.25 per week of value? If you think you can get at least $8.25 per week of value, then you'll get a great return on your investment. And then as far as this live trade video is concerned, if you enjoy these, if you want for me to keep making these, then the very time-efficient way to communicate that to me, just hit that like button. Because these are not the easiest to talk, to make alerts, to think out loud, to think to myself of what the trade plan is. I mean, there's a lot going on. So I will keep making them if I know there's interest, but I'm not going to keep making them if there's not interest. But like I said, the quickest way to show interest is just to show or to hit that like button. And then also comments, questions, suggestions, please leave those down below. And then check out the channel as a whole and, hopefully you decide to hit that subscribe button. Yeah, welcome to the various world of day trading. A couple of days ago on Monday, it was $860 in 30 minutes. Now it's $97 in 30 minutes. So you never know what the market will throw at you, but just manage your risk and live to fight another day. Everybody take care. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.